All right, good morning. Let's see what's good. Market looks pretty decent. We opened up and we got a bit of a bounce into new all-time high. Well, kind of, we basically made a new all-time high this morning, and then we rejected and we ended up getting the sell-off below the VWAP, which I was just watching about an hour and a half ago. Right here, we got this move out. It was really tempting, but I'm waiting for the last 2 hours of the day today to look for a better opportunity. My buying power is only $62.57, as it was from last week when I had to messed a couple trades up on last Friday and had to redeposit $50 again. So my account's now $62.57. So we swept the previous day low right here. This is the previous day low. We swept it, which is kind of expected. When we were down here, I was thinking about, yeah, we might go down to 700, but I honestly, if it sweeps, then we can hold this bullishness. So we are below the VWAP here though, although at 708.36 the VWAP. Yeah, that's actually pretty accurate with Webull and TradingView today, which is very surprising. The VWAP is at 708.35 here, and on Webull the VWAP is at 708.42, which is basically accurate, at least compared to last week and the previous weeks where the VWAP on different platforms are different. I don't understand why. So I'm looking for what would be either a bullish scalp or a rejection in a bearish scalp. And that's basically what I'm looking for today. Just keep it simple. Whether we're going to reject up here somewhere and we're going to maybe we come down back down and we can scalp the puts going into the last hour of the day possibly. Or if we consolidate and then we make a move back up and through here, then maybe there's a chance that we could capitalize on that. Maybe go both directions, which I did last week. I went both directions and it wasn't a good idea because I can't remember. I initially took calls and then the calls didn't work out. And then I had stopped out and took a put. And then the market stagnated for the rest of the day last Friday, which was, I don't know which day that was. I think that was the 19th, no, the 17th. Yeah, so that was way back here on this day. Yeah, so we missed the move last Friday at the end of the day, and then I tried to trade this. So we missed this whole move here off of this gap up. I tried to trade this last 2 hours of the day right here and just totally got chopped. No move up or down. So today it looks like obviously we have more volatility with this move we just got. I mean, this move right here alone in the past 2 hours is bigger than this whole gap and just as big, if not bigger than this whole rally from last Friday. And we swept the previous day low here. So this is still holding bullish, although it's below the VWAP here. So I'm just looking for the 21. I'm looking at a 1 hour chart. The 21 EMA is aligned with the VWAP right here. So this is going to be a key level, 708 area. And then above that, it's still a little bit of a risk for this previous support right here, which could act as resistance if we come back up here. So we'll see what happens if we do get up into this area. If we reject, we can scalp puts, especially since we got this big move down. We might be able to capture part of that if it continues into the close. If not, then I'll be looking for bullish momentum to take a trade. So if you want, Bitcoin has been on a tear, but it's barely breaking out of this structure. You know, this 3-day chart that I've been pulling up for a while now, it's still in the same spot. Like, it hasn't gone anywhere. I mean, just look at this. We've been stuck right here in this bear flag. Now we're above it, but it doesn't really mean much because there's plenty of levels above us, and we're still not even, we haven't even made it to 80K, which is surprising. Haven't made it to 80K on Bitcoin. 3-day chart on the Qs. I mean, last year in April, we had that low of 4 on the Fear and Greed Index here. We rallied a month later to right here. It was 68, right? Same thing happened here. We got to a low of 9 on the Fear and Greed Index right here on this day, the March 31st. Right here. We got to a low of 9 on the Fear and Greed Index. It's very similar in April to last year. And then we made this move to new all-time highs, same as last year. And what is the Fear and Greed Index now? 69, which is where it was last year after it made this new high. So it's the same exact setup, and it's crazy. Not necessarily expected to happen so fast, but it was what I was talking about. I said we're going to put in that one daily candle that's going to be an obvious bottom, which was this candle. We gapped up from the low, and we closed at the high. That was the signal. And there was only one signal, and we only needed the one signal, and then that was it. So I was totally right. I was saying weeks ago that we're going to get one candle, like back here, I was saying we're going to get one candle that we gap up, we close at the high day, just like this. This is a signifying bottom. And then from there, we just rocketed straight to new highs. I didn't take full advantage of it. I did predict it, and I did expect it. Surprisingly, it happened so fast. I kind of thought that the market might go a little bit lower, but you can't really expect the worst in the market, because expecting the worst in the market will get you screwed and we will lose. But anyways, so I mean, futures here, futures market way above highs. We got support down here. I think that's probably aligned with 700 on SPY, somewhere around there, around 700 on SPY if we look at that. Yeah, 697, 698, 699, yeah, 698, 9. Just to note, we have this clear support of previous highs, plenty of support, given that we just made this big move. So I would not be worried about the market crashing, the market coming down. Just don't worry about that right now. And I'm not worried about the macro timeframes right now. I'm just focused on intraday. But right now we got this bar, and then we got like an outside bar here. This is a new high and a new low. We still have the previous day low right here from yesterday. Well, it looks like 2 days ago. This is like a previous sweep from 2 days ago, actually. So I didn't realize that. And then the VIX consolidating down to 17, under 17 is crazy from this 30 level. Not really too much, but yeah, this is 2 days ago, I guess. Technically, this was at the end of the day, 2 days ago. We moved previous day low here, and then the previous day low. So this is an outside bar now. Outside bar on the SPY daily chart right here. This daily candle is an big outside bar. So the volatility is present. So hopefully we can actually capitalize on an opportunity today and actually make money rather than losing what I lost, like $45 or something last Friday on 2 trades. It is what it is. But what I want to say is that the way that I'm looking at this account, I'm not looking at this like, oh, it's a $50 account. I'm going to manage 10% risk. I'm only going to risk $5 on a trade. No, that's not going to happen. It's not possible. It's not reasonable. When I'm looking at this account, and just so you know, the way that I'm viewing this, the way that I'm looking at the way that I'm trading $50 account, I'm looking at the $50 account as if it's a position size out of a bigger account. Even though I don't have a bigger account right now, I'm imagining as if my account was $1,000, for example, and I have a $50 account, and I have $50 position size. And I'm even splitting that up into 2 parts. I'm splitting my $50 position size out of a theoretical $1,000 or $5,000, $10,000 account, which is a 5%, 1%, 0.5% risk. And I'm just treating it as if it's a position size. So if I blow the $50 account after a couple trades and then I have to reset it, that's fine. That happens. If I had an account, I would just take the other trade because I have the capital sitting there. Instead of having the capital sitting in my account and having $1,000 account, I have a $50 account, which is where I'm starting. I'm mentally visualizing it as if it's $1,000 account, and I'm treating the trades as if it's a small portion of a larger account. And so, yeah, it may look volatile. It may look like I lose 80%. Oh, I lost my account. Again, I had to reset for the third time. But that's not the point. The point is that I'm acting as if I already have a larger account, the way that I'm using the strategy, trading power hour, volatility momentum during power hour, and scalping, taking late entries and early exits. And unfortunately, recently I've been letting my losers lose all the way and going down 80-90%, which is not, it sucks, but it doesn't have to be that way. But during power hour, it is difficult to avoid. It is reasonable though to stop out with, like, 50% in with this very small position, $20-$30, and just call it, if the $30 position goes down to 15, just cut it. But the problem with that, sometimes that'll happen and then it'll go to $2, and so you have to accept the risk that you're taking when you understand that the way the market moves, some days it's not going to move. Like last Friday, missed everything, no trades. I couldn't have taken any trade that would have profited more than 10-20% on a scalp, and that would have been a couple seconds. But today, maybe there's a better opportunity. Tomorrow, Friday, there might be better opportunity for bigger moves. So if I can preserve my account overnight today and maybe make something possibly going into tomorrow on Friday, then maybe we have a better opportunity to get a breakout in either direction. Well, given that we had this sell-off here, I don't know what really caused the sell-off. I'm not really looking at the timeline. I don't really know what's going on. I'm just looking at the charts. But given this sell-off here, if we do a gap down tomorrow and we want to sell off, then we could have a good opportunity in that direction tomorrow. If not, then this bullishness can hold up. If we hold this, then we can go higher tomorrow, which also seems kind of unlikely that we would make another new all-time high again after today. We barely made one and then we rejected and then we dumped. It's hard to say. We're nearing this VWAP. I'm just going to see what happens. It's 45 minutes from now until power hour, the legit. So I'm just going to be monitoring this chart for a minute. I'm going to go through the timeline here in a second and then see what's going on. And then going into power hour, let's look for some trades. I got $62.57, so it's not too bad. I can take like two $30 trades reasonably and stop out at 50% on those if I really feel like that's cooked at that point and the trade can't come back. But I do like this volatility today. Given the past 2 hours with this move, I was feeling FOMO, but FOMO doesn't matter. So now we're just looking for, we got a sweep, we're going bullish, we're back above some of these areas. There's room here, there is some resistance, but we've been bullish, we're holding bullish. There's nothing that bearish. So that's all I'm thinking about. PDT's abolished. I got to test that out. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know. Maybe tomorrow I'll take like 10 trades and see if I can wash my account. See if I can wash my buying power over and over. Maybe tomorrow I'll mess around and have a little bit of fun with that. I don't know though, it depends. I do want to try to test the PDT rule abolition, but it's kind of difficult when I only have a $50 account. It's like, well, I don't really just want to like ruin my ability to take a trade by taking a couple trades and then just scalp and then just getting out just to see. And then I don't know. If I had like $100 in my account, I would just wash 50 and just see what happens and try to do it a couple times just to see if it actually works. I don't know if they've implemented the rules yet, especially on like specific brokerages. I don't know how they're going to go about that, or if it's just like one and done, remove the PDT, that's it. Just prompt the AI and say go into the code base and just remove the PDT rule and anything associated with it, and that's all they had to do. Maybe that's all the engineers had to do, or maybe the government sent them a notice that they had to go line by line and go pull out that part and go ahead and rewrite it. Who knows? But I don't know how that works. It's pretty interesting. Like if the Federal Reserve announces like they're gonna abolish the PDT rule and remove it, I want to know how the brokers and all the people, the platforms, how are they going about implementing that? How are they just going in, they're just sending the message to their people, their engineers, and just they're going in, pulling out those parts of the code? Is that all it is? I'm just too curious maybe about how that stuff works. I would like to be that guy who's in there on the code base, typing away, removing that PDT rule for everyone. I would love to be that guy, but no. Instead, I'm the guy here trading $50 on stream, trying to do it until I make a million. Who knows how long it's going to take? I predict that I'll be able to, like I've said before, my projections for this is that a year from now, my account, I can't remember the numbers I said. I don't want to say, I'd have to go back and look at what I wrote down, but I'm projecting that a year from now, in March 27, my account, my $50 account will be like in the 5 figures. I'll just say that. And then from that point on, a year from there, I would expect that I would be nearing 6 figures. As long as that, everything works out the way that I'm envisioning it, the way that I plan on adapting and really honing down my strategy and my capabilities and my consistency and discipline over the next year or so. I think that maybe I could reach that if I want to make $1 million from nothing and do it 100% live and documented. Then I think it may take 2 to 3 years max. Give me 2 to 3 years and I'm gonna have $1 million in my account from trading from $50, and then everyone else is gonna want to do the same. But at that point, it's a different type of management. It's not about trying to turn nothing into something. It's really just about maintaining preservation of what you have. So the risk and everything changes significantly going from 0 to 3 and 4 and 5 figures. And past that point, things start to become much more normalized and reasonable and consistent, and maybe that slows down the progress, but also in a way, depending on what I'm trading or what's happening at the time, the opportunities I see presenting themselves in the next years are going to be unimaginable, that we've never seen before, that no one can predict right now. And if you're not there to capitalize on it, if you don't have money invested in the market, if you're not just at least buying index funds, if you're not just buying the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ, in Bitcoin, at least, then you should capitalize on it. So that's the minimum you should do, is just invest as much as you can into the market. At minimum, index funds. If not, then try to choose the stocks that you believe in. Like I would just say Tesla is a good idea for the next 10 years. And that's all I could say. Tesla, Apple, Google, Nvidia, Intel, AMD, Amazon, Marvell, MU, Micron, and yeah, a lot of other names that are coming up, like Iran, Nebius, and what else is there? Vistra? No, I don't know what other related companies. Then you got like the MSTR thing with Bitcoin and Michael Saylor. Who knows what's going to happen with that, but that thing might surprise as well. I mean, MSTR has crazy moves often, and when Bitcoin can finally go, I could see MSTR going for a bag, given that Michael Saylor is not giving up, and he's a real holder, and he has such a big position that when Bitcoin does make it move again, MSTR is going to double. We can bet that. I'm invested into PayPal, which I kind of regret, but I do have PayPal shares, but I regret buying it, not gonna lie, because now Elon Musk and SpaceX are looking to buy Cursor, which is such a better buy than buying PayPal back. They shouldn't buy PayPal back. It's a waste of money. Screw PayPal. They're cooked. PayPal is just going to be a payments processor forever, and there's nothing more. They're never going to have anything that people actually want, unfortunately. But yeah, the memory trade lately has been insane with SanDisk and MU. So the next, I don't know, some forms of infrastructure like the semiconductor fabrication infrastructure, or like SMCI even, I think is possibly up next in terms of like aligning or working with the SpaceX, the Terafab thing. They got Intel, they got who else was it? I forget who the other one was. But yeah, so a lot of interesting names and investments to be made. And the worst thing you could do is ever sell your stocks. The best thing you could do is just own them and just continue to own them. And owning the stake in the best companies is one of the ways that you can build wealth over time. It's one of the best ways to do it. Trading is a whole different thing, a whole different game. But okay, so we're getting a good green hammer candle on the 1 hour chart up into the 21 and the VWAP here. Right here. See what's gonna happen here. Are we gonna continue to push higher? Back towards 710 in this resistance areas, previous support intraday, or are we going to reject? See whatever it's going to do. Just keeping my eye out for further direction that we're going to be going here into the close, and also the momentum that is going to allow that to happen. New GPTs on deck. Okay, what's good? Let me check the timeline real quick. What's good on the timeline? I haven't been on the timeline today. I haven't been on the timeline. I just sent one post that I'm about to look at the market for Power Hour. Let's check before I do that, what do these contracts on SPY look like? How cheap are they? Are they reasonable? 0-day contracts, yeah, they're reasonable. I can go like $1, a strike or two out. What about the next day, April 24th, tomorrow, Friday's calls, or tomorrow's contracts? I would have to go 5, 6, 7, more than that strikes out. Literally, I have to go 10 strikes out on the puts. I have to go 7 strikes out on the calls to even get a $50 contract. So, not ideal. At the money calls tomorrow, at the money contracts for tomorrow are $250. So that's not too reasonable. At the money for today is like $90 on average. 90, $100. Yeah, let's see what happens here with this. Let's see what this price action is going to do in the next 30 minutes going into Power Hour. Yeah. Oil inventory is low, duh. Obviously. Why would we have higher inventory levels of oil right now? We've been using it, not moving it. Hold up. I got this coconut water. Let me open this up. Oh, I need to shake this up. Oh, it's making a mess. What the hell? All right, what's good? What's good? What's good? Trump says he's under no pressure to end the Iran operation and says he will act only on his own timeline. Type shit. Type shit. Trump says, Trump posted this morning, he said, for those people, no, he just posted 10 minutes ago. He just posted this a couple minutes ago. He said, for those people, fewer in number now than ever before, that are reading the failing New York Times or watching fake news CNN, think that I'm anxious to end the war, if you would even call it that. With Iran, please be advised that I am possibly the least pressured person ever to be in this position. I have all the time in the world, but Iran doesn't. The clock is ticking. The reason some of the media is doing so poorly with subscribers and viewers is because they no longer have credibility. Iran's navy is lying about bottom of the sea. Their air force is demolished. Their anti-aircraft and radar weaponry is gone. Their leaders are no longer with us. The blockade is airtight and strong. And from there, it only gets worse. Time is not on their side. A deal will only be made when it's appropriate and good for the United States of America, our allies, and in fact, the rest of the world. Well, that's what Trump had just said. That's not bearish, but it's not really ideal. I would say it's not ideal. It would be ideal if, okay, we're getting bullish move. It would be ideal if we could just like work together to like really come to a real consensus. And no one owns the strait. No one truly owns the strait. Like, we all share it, technically. And it's always been that way. So for that to change is just more unfortunate than not. And it's not good for us necessarily. You know, it's not really something I think is that concerning. And the market clearly isn't concerned about it either. No change in ceasefire status. Negotiations continue despite impasse. You know, White House accuses China of industrial scale theft of AI tech. Well, that makes sense. I mean, of course, of course, China's, with DeepSeek, they've been copying our models for the longest. I mean, yeah, sure, they can train their own models, but a lot of what they're doing is probably reverse engineering OpenAI's initial models and then building off of that. And so, if it wasn't that, then China would have had open models before GPT-1, and they didn't, for a reason, because they didn't have the breakthrough that OpenAI did with algorithms and gradient descent, open weight. Gradient descent type of weightings for their, I forget the name of it, the type of algorithm. Well, it's what is it? I'm trying to think. Hold on. I forget the way that it's called again. Anyways, well, China doesn't have the lead on AI as much as people would like to believe. If anything, what they're doing is just repurposing other software like our softwares. $7.09. Yeah, there we go. Meta announced laying off 10% of its workforce. Like I've said that the past few months. Meta's been talking about laying off. Don't I have a, yeah, I have a whole draft about this. Where is it? Block, Amazon, Oracle, and Meta have or are suspected to reduce their workforces by over 10%, in some cases over 20%, with layoffs announced via warning email. This is a small observation that affects consumer sentiment and spending capacity, and there is still likely much more productivity related layoffs coming from other big tech and efficient organizations. I gotta do this a little bit differently though. I'm just gonna post this now then, since the timing is imperative. Of course, Meta announces layoffs right when I come on to trade, after I've been talking about how they've been suspected to lay off 30% of their workforce. So now I'm gonna have to post my draft about it. A little bit late though, I'll say that. A little bit late though, I'll say. Where is it? Yeah. Nah, what? That's so weird. Hold up. It's actually kind of a hard thing to do here. My phone is. Yep, there it is. 56 minutes ago. Meta tells its staff that it is laying off 10% of its employees in a push for efficiency. This is roughly 8,000 employees who will be laid off. There it is. 7:09:50. All right. See what it's gonna do. They're still posting it 10 seconds. Okay, kind of perfect timing, but. Yeah, okay, there's a nice rejection off that 7:09:50 spot. What's good with that? That's the 9 MA on the 1 hour chart. All right, so we mounted the 21 EMA on the 1 hour chart here. We're right in between the 21 and the 9 EMA. But that resistance, that previous resistance that we're rejecting right here is this intraday resistance right here. Bounce here, 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 bounce here. Reject here. It's so obvious. It doesn't mean we're going to continue to go down though. But this initial rejection is pretty good. But I just, taking a long here is not ideal. Miss this whole move. Like this whole move here is kind of like, kind of sucks that we missed that, but 20 minutes until power hour, there's plenty of opportunity. Plenty of opportunity to go around. I'm not even gonna, it's fine. I was gonna post on here that I've had this in my draft for weeks, but it's pointless. I need to just stop holding stuff in my drafts and start posting it so that I'm not like just posting shit like after it happens when I've predicted it like weeks ago. It is what it is. But yeah, Meta, Apple, Amazon, XYZ, Block, Square, whatever you call it, Oracle, and more layoffs are coming. All right, what else is really happening though? I don't see what's really happening on the timeline besides layoffs and Trump tweets. Gosh, that's terrible. Wow. Yeah, the immigration to Europe is ridiculous, man. The immigration in the UK is unbelievable. We really gotta be careful to avoid too much immigration into our own place like that. We've already had that problem since Biden's administration. They've had a lot of immigration, which isn't bad, but when it's not legal immigration, it's obviously bad. And then the example of like the UK, where they're really going through a lot. What the heck? It's a bit of a retest of that VWAP. Okay. Feels pretty bullish. And the higher time frames are bullish. The lower time frames are relatively bullish. A little bit constructive here. If we can hold this VWAP, then it's pretty decent into the power hour. But it's really hard to say where this momentum's going to go after we just got that crazy move down and then V-shape back up here. I actually don't know what happened with that. Let's see what happens here at the VWAP 21 EMA on the 1 hour chart. I think if we do hold up this area at 710 could be reasonable. We did already kind of get pretty close to that. But well, it's more like this level right here. The 1 hour chart. Yeah, this is kind of a tricky spot because what we don't want is for it to consolidate here. Going into the last hour of the day in about 12 minutes. High day at 7:12. You have to watch out for that 710 level. If it can make it there. Yeah, we got the Intel earnings report after hours today, actually. We're slipping right here a little bit. Below that VWAP 708. Okay. 1 hour chart, solid rejection off the 21 and the 9 EMA, actually. A bit of a wick. But it is kind of a, maybe this is an early entry, but late entry. I would look for a late entry. We have plenty of room to pull back here if we were to. Kind of looks like it, so Maybe a 705 put might be worth it at 30 cents here for my taste. Let's see, I think I might enter right here. 705, can I get in? I don't know. Might want to take it, but I'm not in yet. I'm still trying to see if it'll let me. Oh no, actually it did fill me. Okay, well I got filled on that. My platform kind of glitched out and it filled me. Well, there we go. I got a 705 then. 705 put, entered. Not ideal, but this is just as this rejection, we're back below the VWAP. Take the 705. It's kind of like halfway, and it's not really halfway down. It's like almost a little bit more than halfway down here. All the way down. Just based on the direction we're moving here, so took it at $29, $29, 705 put. 1 out of 2 trades that I have available to take today. You know, not considering the PDT thing. So let's see if this can do some down about 2%, 1%. It's flat. See if we do actually can get a pullback that continues here. But seems a bit bearish, that 1 hour chart. We've got a nice wick rejection off the 21 and the 9, and yeah, we might be able to capture a move back down into the 706 range, as low as like a 706 is where these candles closed and opened. The previous 2 1 hour candles closed and opened at 706. See what happens. Still 8 minutes until power hour. Well, I took the 705 put already. Yeah, I'd like to think this is a late entry, but like right here, but it's more of like an early entry. If it's gonna work out, then this would reject and it come down to this area here for the trade to work out. Bearish intraday scalp, but we need to hold below 708, and we need to get down below 707 for this contract to actually do some. So we'll see if we can get that here. Maybe I would actually have to consider that more of a early entry. Actually, it's hard to say because this setup is kind of tweaked with the way this 1 hour candles are. All right, contracts down from 29 to 21, down 29%. Give it a little bit of patience here and see if it actually does short. Missed the whole move down. Yeah, the whole move down kind of like recovered though. Maybe it'll go again. We're at 708. All right, let's see if we can get some bearish momentum here. It feels like it's getting a little bit more heavy here, but let's see. We need to hold below that 708. And the contract's $3 out the money from here, so we need to make a move if I want to capture it. How did those contracts move 4,000%? You tell me the 707 put moved 4,000% on that drop there from 711 to 702? That's insane. That is crazy. Didn't know that. I didn't look at the. I didn't realize the low a day was that low and the high a day was that high. That is crazy. From 12 cents to $5? Bruh. What made it? What was up with that? Anyways, I don't even know what caused that. Sitting at that 708, see if we can get that slip down to 707 and maybe this trade can work out. But as of now, I'm just kind of being patient. We're still got a few minutes, a couple minutes until power hour. See if we can capture that during the beginning of power hour and then possibly look for a different trade. Visual power hour in 3 minutes, 2 minutes actually, in 5 seconds. I took an early entry on the 705 put right off of here, off the rejection, wick rejection off of the 921 on the 1 hour chart, below the VWAP on the 5 minute chart. I'm looking for a move down to 706 ideally, which is the previous close and open of the 2 previous 1 hour candles. That would be the level that I would be looking for this to move towards. Would be ideal for me, and anything above that, and then I'd be looking for an exit and looking for possibly another trade. So let's see. Check the contract real quick. It's probably not doing well. Yeah, it's literally break even, up 1.7%. All right, let it move. Let it move. 707.50. All right. It don't really count until it's below 707, though, in my opinion. Let it happen. Well, that's amazing. The search term church now has 2x the global search interest on Google versus OnlyFans. And last year, apparently, they were tied, which is terrible. You're telling me the same amount of people are searching for church that search for OnlyFans? That's unbelievable, actually. That's so terrifying. But now, apparently, church is searched twice as much as the word OnlyFans, which is pretty dope. That's good. That's funny. That's so random. But maybe that is something we should pay attention to. Okay, up 82% on the contract, not too bad. Okay, well, I might. They're up 63%, up $18, not too bad, but the momentum's kind of picking up here. Let's see. Give it a little bit of patience. Like I said, until we really get below 707, well, we kind of did, but I want to see a solid move under 707 here, and then I'll look for the exit. But I want to see it. I want to see it move down to that 706 ideally, or get closer. So if we can get that, then I'll look for the exit here, and then. But I want to be patient as possible, you know, because at the end of the day, if I lose the trade, then you lose the trade. But if you win the trade, you need to try to be patient for that position to at least do what it's going to do. Not entirely, but at least give you that confirmation that the trade is not just some quick scalp, which is fine to do, but during the power hour, and with the type of strategy I'm looking at, I'm looking to trade a little bit more volatility. I want to see if I can capture a little bit bigger of a move. Like I said, I want to see under 707. Barely got that so far, so we'll see. 706 would be my ideal exit, to be honest, on the 705, but still out the money. So that's the only thing. It's like, I'll probably get out if I see 100% on the contract. I'll probably take that and then just move forward. But if we could also get down a solid move under 707 right here, then it'll probably do that. Well, it almost did it 100% already. It's at 89%, so it won't take much. A little bit more weakness here. Let's see if we can slip down to 706 next. That's what I'm thinking about. Still up 60% though, which is pretty good. So we're kind of slipping below 707 here. Let's see if we can make a new relative low. And that might bring us down to 706, and I'll go ahead and get out. Call that a W. $91%. All right, contracts 57 cents, so pretty good. Can we break that relative low right here? Looks like it's close. Give it a little bit of patience to get that next leg. If we can get this next leg in, and then I'll take the exit. Okay, we're in power hour. It says in power hour. See if we can break this previous candle low. That would be a good confirmation for me to look for an exit. VIX is 1988, getting close around that 20. It's up 5%, not too bad. The semiconductor leverage 3x index is up 3%, 109. That's pretty crazy. It was at like 50 not that long ago, huh? Crazy move. I remember the SOXL being at like 10 bucks. Honestly, like I remember paying like 10, 15 bucks. Now it's 110. That's crazy. That was like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I don't know for sure. Well, bearishness is kind of dying. My contract's almost back to break even. Yep, almost back to break even now. Not good, but it is what it is. I'm not looking to exit this trade unless we can break this previous low and get below here. It's just not worth it. It's a 705 put. Like if we're not even halfway from here to 705, then it's not worth it to me. I'd rather take the loss than Obviously, I shouldn't take the loss rather than take 80%, but that's just the way that I'm playing this. So if it wants to turn into a loss, then so be it. I really don't care. The trade's either going to work or it's not. That's the way that the market should work. So if the trade doesn't work, then I'll lose. If the trade works, then I'll win. And it's just that simple. So I really don't care either way. I just try to take the best entry I can. The contract went up 90% and now it's back to break even, negative 5% actually. So it's terrible, but that's just how the market works. That's just how it works when you're trading, and you have to just be okay with that. I'm just not really trying to trying to take that small amount of profit when it's like just like barely making a move, and then like 90% is cool, whatever, but like it's not enough of a move on the chart. Like the chart, in my opinion, just isn't, just not cutting it for me. I'm not looking for 300% or 1,000. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for the chart to actually like not just one red candle, like another extension. Like we need to have like this red candle and then break that low and then go even lower. That's the only way that the trade is confirmed for me to take profit. If not, then I can't consider it a win. You know, I could make profit and still lose. You could be stupid and still make money. But for me, I'm trying to actually capture outsized returns. So if I lose, then I lose. And if I win, then it's going to be a big win. So it is what it is. I'm not taking 90%. I know I should though, but now I'm down 30%. Okay, well, there we go. Looks bad. Yeah. It is what it is. I'm just not willing to take profit, honestly. Like, I'm just not willing to take profit. Just not. I'm almost not willing to take profit or a loss. Like, so it's like, I don't even know why I even take the trade when I'm not willing to take a profit or a loss. Either way, like, I'm trying to only focus on percentages, so obviously the percentages is fine, but I don't know, I'm just feeling some type of way today where I just want to capture a move that's not just one small red candle. Like, I don't care about the percentage, it's just one red candle. Like, we can't even have two red candles that go in the same direction, then the trade doesn't matter to me. The trade is not significant, the trade is not confirmed. It's not a decent entry or exit. Even if I made 90%, I wouldn't consider it a win. I wouldn't feel good about taking 90% there. Maybe when I wake up, go to sleep and wake up tomorrow, I feel good about it, but in the moment, it feels not, just doesn't feel right. So all right, now I'm down a lot. We're just gonna repeat the same thing as yesterday. All right, it's fine. I'm just waiting for the day when the trade actually does something, and then I don't have to keep trading with $50. That's all I want. I just don't want to trade with $50 anymore. So I need this trade to do more than 50%, do more than 100% on half my account, because it's just not going to do anything to me. So yeah, of course, we got to get this green candle. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't really expect this trade to work out at all, but now it's just like I don't even want to take another trade. Like, it's just frustrating. This is the thing about trading, is like you can be Ryan, be up 90%, not take profit, and then everything falls apart instantly. It's just annoying. Like, I'm just not. I just genuinely feel like taking a $30 trade, making 90% profit, just feels stupid to me. Like, I just feel like an idiot. It just doesn't make me feel good. Doesn't make me feel anything. Like, I don't know. And like I said, I'm not looking for 300%, 1,000%. That's not my goal. My goal is for the chart to do what I want it to do. My goal is to actually, I know maybe to be profitable, you should trade percentages and forget what the chart says. But for me, I don't know. I just want the chart. If I take a put right here, I don't want to exit right here. I want a second a red candle that is like a confirmation candle. If it's just one red candle, it means nothing. We get another red candle that breaks that previous low, and we go down to 706 where the other 1 hour candles close. Then that's confirmed. Then I could take profit. Then it makes me feel positive. And that's what I want. But if not, then I'd rather take the loss. I really will. I'll take 100% loss. I don't care. I will deposit another $50 and wait another 5 fucking days. Like, I really, really just can't take it. I can't take trading with this small amount, and it's just not fun for me. I'm not enjoying it. I need money. Like, I'm so bad in my life. My life is so not good right now. My financial situation is disgusting. Like, I can't even tell you. So if I can't actually capture outsized trades, then my strategy is bullshit and everything is a lie. So if I can't take a trade and have it go 2 candles in a row and fucking capture more than 0.1% of a move on the index, then what am I doing? I'm wasting my time. I'd rather go to work for another 20 years and save up $10,000 like an idiot. Makes me want to freaking off myself. But that's trading in a nutshell. So don't know what that says about me. I don't know what that says about my strategy. I don't know what that says about my ability to be profitable, but it doesn't feel good. I don't remember the last time I took a trade and it just like actually went in the direction I wanted to go, and that's what I'm trying to do. So if that doesn't happen, then I'm not happy, and I can't take profit even if it's 100%. I don't care. If the trade doesn't do what I want it to do, if the chart doesn't actually confirm anything, then it's pointless. Because I'll take another trade the same way and just lose it all the next time. So it's pointless. Like, the trade's not confirmed. If it doesn't actually go where it needs to go, then I'd rather lose, because I am going to lose, because I am, on average, a loser. Because I've never made money from the market. That's what I'm trying to do here. Trying to actually turn an account into a bigger account and then actually pull money out of it someday in the future. If I even make it that far of being alive. Honestly, probably the real question is if I'll even survive long enough to fucking be able to turn a profit. Even one singular dollar in my fucking bank account. It's never happened. So, yeah, it's frustrating. And of course, now we got 2 green candles in the opposite direction. I'll probably just take another trade and just throw it away. I don't care. I'm just not, this is not, I just don't enjoy doing this at all. Losing money, having no money, being in debt, owing the IRS taxes, working a minimum wage job, not even making $25 an hour, working for 12 years straight, being depressed. Life is not good for most people. For me, it's absolutely disgusting. And I'm losing hope in a big way. Alright, well, fuck it. I might as well just buy calls. I don't know. Like, I'm just feeling like I don't care. I just want to do whatever. Here we go. Might as well just buy a 710 call. Like, literally, I'm just gonna do it. I really don't care. 710 call, 28 cents. There we go. Now I'm gonna go to 0. Now I'm gonna turn my phone off, throw it in the back of my room, and I'll come back at the end of the day and see where the chart's at. I'm not even gonna look at the chart. I'll be back. I don't care.